Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their mobile quarterback, standing 6'4". It's Colin Kaepernick.
It's so difficult to prepare and try to defend Colin Kaepernick, and not just because of the physical skills that are always on display, whether it's throwing the ball downfield or running with the ball as well. But how about the leadership he exhibits, how his team will follow him, the smarts he has in playing the game, and, of course, the overall toughness. You can't run the football the way that he does without being a guy who's willing to take a hit.
Kaepernick again here on 2nd and 10. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short.
Retains possession.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 21 yards there, a big play on 4th down. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Throw left side is complete to Reed. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And they give this time to the tailback. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. He's going to let this go for the end zone. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Nothing.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
First down.
From the 50, Stafford. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. And this is 3rd.
Here's Stafford. He'll throw complete to Cam Akers. Akers hit. He coughs it up. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. The 30. Past the 20. 10. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. And maybe that's the perils of being a rookie running back in the NFL. I mean, look, it's not easy to hold on to the ball at any level with these talented guys. But in this league, you can learn a lesson early.
Without a doubt, and what a tough reminder for any running back, especially a rookie. The things you got away with in college probably won't work so well in the NFL.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful.
Mitch Wishnowski to kick off for San Francisco.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the LA offense. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy, that's just...
Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Fumble on the play.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Rams 19-yard line.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
First down.
His fourth catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down. Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. That is caught at the 7-yard line. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. One quarter down, 8-0 the score.
The score, Niners 8, Rams nothing.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Kaepernick to throw, eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And now it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it'll bring up third down.
Third down and 10.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
He'll buy some time right. This is caught.
Conversion is no good. That keeps the score, Niners 14.
They'll split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
The 49er defense now heading back out there. And so far... A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
Mercy.
20. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. And the Niners are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So the 2-point conversion trend continues, at least as far as trying those goes. They've attempted them after all 3 touchdowns, CD, and converted now 2 of them.
To not just
And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. He's at 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and
They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. He finds his man. It's Austin. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Play action. Now Kaepernick. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
it's 2nd down and 10.
Now a play fake. Kaepernick. And this is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
He can run for it, and he will. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Say what you want, but Kaepernick's still one of the best at doing that as the scramble gets him a first. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone now. Kaepernick flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Touchdown.
Tavon Austin there to make the grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. Needed a couple yards for the two-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And now a shot into coverage downfield is complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
I can't believe they even let you play.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The keeper.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Rolling to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. That's caught by Jackson. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. To throw, Kaepernick. They'll roll him out right. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
He's got this to the tight end, Hopkins. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
At their own 20-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. It got his man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
Now a handoff looking right. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Escaping the pressure right. Looking right sideline. That's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. So we've come. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the hands team for the rank. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for a 49er touchdown. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Leonard Floyd.
The 2-point conversion is no good.
And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Nothing.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield.
Baby, I'll do it.
Still going. Now he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Recovered by the...
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Well, security eluded him. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
This will be caught inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Kaepernick hit, fumble. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it. Go. And he lost the football.
Matthew Stafford sacked.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them. That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
To second and goal.
Off the option, that's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Oh, he fakes the spike. And this is caught. So he fakes the spike, and they get the touchdown. Tavon Austin. His second touchdown of the night. And this offense is running away with this one. Now whistles and a timeout signaled here by the offense. And that's their first of this second half. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for two here. Kaepernick to throw again. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. Two-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes has a way of catching.
And he loses the football a second time. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
A fumble on the play. Recovered by the...
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to...
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford any more at this point. So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal. To throw, it's Kaepernick. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 20.
That's right, baby.
10,
it's all me.
and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they've been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20.
This is my mode,
And
baby.
can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return.
Niners 48.
Boy, that got pretty close to disaster. Going for 2, you cough it up. They almost returned it all the way to the other end for 2 for themselves.
You think electron ball security is in order here? Because and it's not just taking care of it, it's what you just talked about. What can result when you don't take care of it? They almost gave up a score.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. To throw, Kaepernick. He's going to go up top for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free.
John Johnson on the coverage.
Kaepernick will try again on second down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. The ball comes out. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. Oh, fighting off the defender. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, it wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Check 50, check 50.
They'll run this with Akers. And he loses the football a second time. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5, first and goal at the 4-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
At their own 19-yard line.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game.
And the ball is knocked out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Kaepernick. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tavon Austin there to make the grab. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Flushed out right. His pass caught at the 4.
Attempt at the two-point conversion.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And this is going to be 49er football.
Fumble on the play.
And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards. No, he didn't spike it. He faked it. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Decided to hit it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
On the keeper.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
On play action, it's Kaepernick rolling to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault.
Akers hit, he coughs it up. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And yes, folks, that is his 5th interception, a new NFL record.
And that's absolutely phenomenal. I just have to flat out applaud him. What a great effort in this game. But let's face it, when you look back at the numbers of guys who had 4 in the past, you'll find the names of some of the greats and some guys who just had a fantastic game.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's...
And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on. There is a flag down.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jordan Reed, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Here we go now as they will again try for two. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for two more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And the hands team for the ramp. Now the ball comes loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Third and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. Jordan Reed has it. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
And they'll try to save the timeouts to use on defense if need be as he runs up and spikes it. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with fourth down now looming.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. That's caught at the 1. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
For San Francisco.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them.
And this is caught. So he fakes the spike, and they get the touchdown. A big play there. 43 yards. And the 49ers continue to roll.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
And they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And the hands team for the Rams. Now loose football. The ball comes out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And checking the timeouts, they do have two defensively, but no real need to. Kaepernick hit, fumble. He lost the football.
Kaepernick.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Mike spot four, Mike spot four, Mike spot four. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
On first down at Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
There by Earl Thomas.
Throwing again. Stafford flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Stafford, they'll roll him out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
He's going to let it fly. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real. And this is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Another two-point conversion attempt coming for the Niners. Kaepernick going to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Automatic first down.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Right there.
Stafford. He'll buy some time right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number.
I heard a flare gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none, I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, to see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip when it's split, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win again, celebrate the win again. Take a sip when it's split, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win again, celebrate the win again. Yeah, the sun can't touch me, got a brand new visor, yeah. You're friend smart, but my bud's wiser, yeah. Get the job done like the equalizer. And I'ma grab another drink, cause tonight I'ma die. I feel like Michael Phelps. Hey, diving in this pool. I don't know what we have. Hey, I'm just telling you the truth. I heard a flare gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none, I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, to see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip when it's split, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win again, celebrate the win again. Take a sip when it's split, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win again, celebrate the win again. Get it triumphant.